All right, Doug here from Weekend Warrior Michigan Fishing. Earlier I posted a video about how my dad likes to clean fish. You can see that like up here somewhere. This is how I do it. It's maybe the more typical way, but I want to go through each individual detail. First things first, even before I clean the fish, when I catch them, I always like to slit the throat, bleed them out. I think that's important for the meat to taste good. Next thing, I do have two knives. I have a short, pretty bendable. This is an old fillet knife I got when I was like 10 years old. Been using it to clean perch and bluegill for years. I use it for this too. And then I have a big, I think it's a 9-inch Bubba blade. I love the good Bubba blades. So first cut, I put it right here and I make a cut down the belly. I don't keep the belly fat. Whenever I'm doing this, I try to have good tasting meat and healthy meat, and I think some of the toxins that build up in fish are a little bit more prevalent in the belly fat, so I cut that away. Next, I'll do a diagonal cut along the head and shoulders. Take that down to the backbone that you can feel, and then follow that backbone all the way down to the tail. Gets you one fillet. Gonna put the fish aside here and focus on this. What I usually do, if I'm not smoking it, if I'm smoking it, I'll leave the skin on. Otherwise, I usually take the skin off. So in order to take the skin off, grab that nice sharp Bubba blade, one strong finger on the end to hold it, and you just take this sharp knife right along the skin. Down. That takes the skin off. Pretty easy. Get rid of that. Then still do have some bones in here. We have the ribs yet, and we have a line of pin bones that you can't see very well, but you certainly can feel. They're running right here. So next, I take these ribs out with my sharp old bluegill knife. If you just get underneath a few of them, you can usually just kind of pull them back and follow the bones, preserving as much meat as possible. Alright, so next I do cut out these pin bones. If it's a smaller fillet, I usually leave them in there. You can eat them, you can bite through them, and you really don't feel them, they don't bother you. But on a larger fillet like this, these pin bones get a little bit bigger and I cut them out. So you can just feel them right here. So I make a cut right along that, and they go at an angle, so you need to hold your knife at a little bit of an angle from the belly of the fish up towards the back of the fish. And then I just cut them out just like that. And I know some of you are gonna say, oh, you're wasting so much meat. Yep, there's a big long chunk right here of meat that I am wasting, but by doing this I get 100% of those bones out, and my kids don't complain about eating fish with bones. Next thing I do, I get it ready for the table fare. So cut that top chunk off, the bottom chunk off. For the tail, I'll usually turn it and cut it right down the end like that. And then we have a nice fillet right here that's a table-sized portion. Nice fillet here, table-sized portion. I'll take this bottom belly chunk and cut it in half. Another table-sized portion, a table-sized portion. Depending on the size of the fish, sometimes I leave this as one piece. Sometimes I cut it in half for another table-sized portion like that. The last thing I do, and again, this might be a little bit controversial because I'm gonna waste just a little bit more meat. I'll flip it upside down, and I'm just gonna shave away a little bit of this bloodline. It's It's perfectly fine. It's not gonna hurt you. It's edible meat, but it carries just a little bit more of a gamey flavor. So I catch a lot of fish, so having all the meat there isn't quite as important to me as having premium tasting fish. So I usually go ahead and cut out a little of that darker colored meat that carries a little of that gamey flavor. You catch it on the bottom of these belly sections. You catch it on a little bit of this tail section too. I'll just hold it on an edge and cut that last little piece off there. So yep, we're throwing away a little bit of edible meat there, but not too much. So this is 1/2 of that salmon, and again, completely bone free. Tail section 1, tail section 2. That bottom, middle section, and the top section, all bone free and premium meat. That's good eating right there. Do the same thing on the other side. Just flip it over, do another belly slice with my small knife, an angled cut with the big knife, all the way to the backbone. Follow it all the way down. There's another beautiful fillet. And do the same thing. So that's how we do it. Premium meat. It's delicious. Put your comments below. Let me know what you think.